17 tips and tricks for getting your content in front of a warm audience. Content marketing is all about getting your content in front of as many targeted members of your niche as you can. To that end, content marketing has two main steps. One, write content that your audience really wants to read. Two, distribute this content as widely as possible. Now, this guide will offer tips, tricks, and insights for both of these important steps. Now, let's get started. Number one, find out what your audience wants. Before you write a single word, be sure you know what your audience really wants. One really good way to do this is by finding out what type of content they're buying. For example, go to ClickBank and Amazon, search for your niche keywords such as weight loss, and then look for two things. One, bestsellers in your niche. Two, topics that have multiple competitors. Both of these are signs that a topic is in high demand. You can then peruse the sales letter and table of contents to get ideas for specific articles, reports, etc. Number two, create content with a fresh angle. The previous tip is all about getting inspiration, but you certainly don't want to write content in the exact same way as everyone else. So instead, you want to present it with a fresh angle. One way to do this is by comparing your topic with an analogy, simile, or metaphor. For example, you might start with a theme such as dating is like trying to land your dream job. You'd like compare each step of the dating process with finding a dream job. For example, writing a dating profile is like creating your cover letter. The first date is like the interview, and so on. Using this sort of fresh angle keeps people engaged because it sure beats reading the same information everyone else is sharing. That is, how to make a great impression on a first date. Number three, a simple way to keep readers hanging on every word. When it comes to keeping people glued to your content, arousing curiosity is the number one way to do it. For example, think of how 24/7 news networks arouse curiosity about what's coming so they keep you from switching channels during the commercials. For example, coming up, you'll find what common ingredient in your kitchen cabinet is toxic to your family. You can do the same thing with your writing by sprinkling curiosity arousing statements throughout your content, especially in the introduction. For example, you'll find out which common puppy house training technique you should never use because it makes your puppy afraid of you. Number four, create content for easy readability. If content is difficult to read, or if it simply looks like it will be hard to read, people will hit the back button. That's why you want to format any content you create for easy readability using these tips. Use simple words that don't require your audience to use a dictionary just to read your content. Write at a level that's easy for an 8th grader to read. That's one hint. Utilize short sentences and short paragraphs. Now, these guides are a good example of how to create a lot of white space with easy to read content. Now, break up the text with graphics. These can be functional, such as an illustration to help people understand the content, or aesthetic, such as a relevant photo. Next, number 5, format for skimmers. Not everyone who comes up upon your content is going to read every word. That's why you'll want to format it in a way so that skimmers will still get the gist of your content. Now, the key to this method is to highlight the content's main points with subheadlines, bolding, italics, underlining, bulleted lists, captions under graphics, and similar. Take this guide as an example. Someone could skim the 17 bolded subheadlines to get the gist of what they need to do to get better results with their content. Number 6. Add value to your content. Check out these ideas for creating high-value content. Insert useful graphics. For example, you can depict data-heavy information in an infographic rather than inside a dense paragraph. Share intermediate and advanced tips. This sort of information is valued more than beginner-level information. Now, create multimedia content. Audios and videos have a higher perceived value than text content. Provide tools such as checklists, worksheets, planners, swipes, and templates. For example, if you are sharing copywriting information, then you can offer a set of headline templates. Here's the next tip. How to find high-quality PLR content. As mentioned elsewhere in these guides, you don't need to create all the content yourself. You can start with private label rights content as a foundation, which will save hours of time for each piece of content you create. One way to find PLR content is to run a Google search for exactly what you need. For example, dog training PLR or dog training private label rights. A second way to find PLR content is to go straight to the person who started the entire PLR industry. Number 8. How to make PLR content unique. In general, you don't want to use PLR content right out of the box, no matter how well written and well researched it is. Instead, you want to tweak it to make it unique. Here's how. Tweak the introduction, rewrite the conclusion, insert your own unique tips, examples, and stories, compile multiple pieces of PLR to create something totally unique, and take an excerpt out of a longer PLR piece, such as an ebook, to create an article. Now, here's the next idea. How to syndicate your content. As mentioned elsewhere in this package of guides, guest blogging is a great way to get more exposure for your content. However, you can take this idea a step further by syndicating your content. Now, here are sites where you can place your content. Medium.com, Lifehacker.com, HuffPost.com, Outbrain.com. You can find additional sites by searching Google terms like Write for Us alongside your niche keywords. Number 10. Sharing content via Slideshares. One way to get a bigger audience for your text content is to put it into another format. And one specific way to do this is by creating SlideShare presentations. The key here is to create a high-quality presentation with a professional slide deck, polished graphics, and a minimal amount of text to keep people moving through the presentation. Once you've finished creating the presentation, you can share it on slideshare.net. Be sure to include descriptive keywords, which will help people find you in the search engines. Number 11. Distributing info via webinars. Another way to distribute your content is via a webinar. The advantage of this strategy is that you can create a high-value presentation. Number 11. Distributing info via webinars. Another way to distribute your content is via a webinar. The advantage of this strategy is that you can create a high-value presentation that you offer live to your guests, and then later you can offer the replays or recordings to visitors as a lead magnet, bonus product, or even a post on your blog. In other words, you create the content once and profit for months or years to come. Now be sure to use a reputable webinar platform such as GoToMeeting. Next, Number 12. 4 different types of videos to create. Putting your content into video format instantly boosts the perceived value of that content. But check out these different types of videos your audience is sure to love. Talking head videos, where you point the camera at yourself and you share the information. Demo videos, where you point a camera at some task you are demonstrating for the audience, such as how to teach a dog to sit. Slideshare videos, where you give a PowerPoint-style presentation on video. And animated or doodle videos, where you keep viewers entertained with animations as you share the content. Now, the next topic, creating content for others to use. You know about syndication and guest blogging as methods for creating content for others to use. Now, here's another idea. Create a product for other marketers to use. Specifically, if someone in your niche is creating a product, then you can offer to give them a related bonus product for free to give to their customers. For example, if a marketer is creating an in-depth copywriting guide, you can offer a big set of headline swipes as a bonus. Now, it's a win-win situation. The marketer gets free content and you get your content in front of more people. To create even more benefit for the product creator, advertise their products inside the content using your affiliate link or promote your products using their affiliate links. Either way, everyone makes money when someone buys something from inside the product. Number 14. Participating in content giveaways. You've probably seen those big product giveaways where multiple marketers get together to offer valuable products for free in exchange for email addresses. The reason these events are so popular is because everyone who contributes a product also promotes the offer. The key to this strategy is to offer something that's in high demand in your niche. But be sure you have a compelling title and a professional cover graphics that will attract your audience. Point is, your product needs to stand out in the crowd in order to get as much exposure as possible. Now, tip: instead of joining everyone else's giveaways, you can create your own. Just be sure to come up with a unique theme so you can attract top quality partners. Next, licensing your content. Still another way to get broad distribution for your content is by selling the resale rights to it. For example, if you create a report and sell 100 resale rights licenses for $100, you make a quick $10,000. Even better, you're going to have 100 other marketers selling and giving away your content all over the internet. Just be sure to offer resale rights and not private label rights, as you don't want buyers to modify your content. So, here's the next tip. Number 16. Turning digital content into physical products. Now, ready to reach a bigger audience? Then, turn your ebooks into physical books and sell them both online and offline. One good way to do this is by using Amazon's CreateSpace.com service, which helps you create a high-quality print-on-demand book that you can sell in the Amazon marketplace. You can also print off copies and sell them in offline venues, such as at a related trade show or expo. Which brings us to the final point. Number 17. How to establish yourself as an expert. One big key to successful content marketing is to establish yourself as an expert in the niche. When your audience views you as an expert, they are more likely to read every word you write, share it with their friends, and buy the offers inside your content. That's not all. Being viewed as an expert makes it easier to distribute your content. For example, you can guest blog on the biggest blogs in your niche if you've got name recognition. So, with that in mind, here's how to position yourself as an expert. Blanket your niche with content. This includes creating your own blog, doing guest blogging, syndicating your content, posting on social media, commenting on forums and social media groups, distributing lead magnets, placing paid ads, and more. Now, if someone sees your name every time they have a niche problem, they're going to see you as an expert. Align yourself with other experts. For example, do a webinar with some of the biggest influencers in your niche. Your name will appear alongside known experts, which will let you borrow their credibility and be seen as an expert too. Write a hard copy book. People will view you as an expert once they see your name on the cover of the physical book. It doesn't even matter if you self-publish the book, as people will still view you as an expert. Now, a quick summary. Content marketing is a good way to get your message in front of your audience, build relationships with them, pre-sell offer, and establish yourself as an expert. That's why you'll want to put the 17 tips, tricks, and strategies to work for you to start getting more people reading your content.